Good morning, Gators. Today I'm going to read you a story called Wemberly Worried by Kevin Hankes. As we read, I want you to think about things that are happening in the story. And do these remind you of things that have happened in your life? Maybe the character is feeling a way that you have felt before, or maybe something has happened to the character that reminds you of something that has happened to you. As we read today, we are going to, first of all, listen to the story for enjoyment and also make connections to what is happening in the story. Afterwards, in your seesaw activity, I am going to ask you to write about one of the connections that you have made. All right, let's get started. Wemberly Worried. Wemberly worried about everything. Big things. She says, I wanted to make sure you were still here. So she was worried that her parents were still in the house. She worried about little things and things in between. As she's sitting in the bathtub, she says, Mama, what if I sink? Wemberly worried in the morning, Wemberly worried at night, and she worried throughout the day. You worry too much, said her mother. When you worry, I worry, said her father. Worry, 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 said her grandmother. Too much worry. At home, Wemberly worried about the tree in the front yard. What if it falls on our house? And the crack in the living room wall. What if it gets bigger and something comes out of it? And the noise the radiators made. What if there's a snake inside? At the playground, Wemberly worried about the chains on the swings, and the bolts on the slide, and the bars on the jungle gym. They're too rusty, too loose, too high. And always she worried about her doll Petal. Shouldn't Petal have a car seat too? I found her, sweetie. Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. When Wemberly was especially worried, she rubbed Petal's ears. Wemberly worried that if she didn't stop worrying, Petal would have no ears left. On her birthday, Wemberly worried that no one would come to her party. See, said her mother, there was nothing to worry about. But then Wemberly worried that there wouldn't be enough cake. On Halloween, Wemberly worried that there would be too many butterflies in the neighborhood parade. See, said her father, there was nothing to worry about. But then Wemberly worried because she was the only one. You worry too much, said her mother. When you worry, I worry, said her father. Worry, 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 said her grandmother. Too much worry. Soon Wemberly had a new worry, school. Wemberly worried about the start of school more than anything she had ever worried before. By the time the first day arrived, Wemberly had a long list of worries. What if no one else has spots? What if no one else wears stripes? What if no one else brings a doll? What if the teacher is mean? What if the room smells bad? What if they make fun of my name? What if I can't find the bathroom? What if I hate the snack? What if I have to cry? Don't worry, said her mother. Don't worry, said her father. But Wemberly worried. She worried and worried and worried. She worried all the way there. While Wemberly's parents talked to the teacher, Mrs. Peachum, Wemberly looked around the room. Then Mrs. Peachum said, "Wemberly, there is someone I think you should meet." Her name was Jewel. She was standing by herself. She was wearing stripes. She was holding a doll. At first, Wemberly and Jewel just peeked at each other. "This is Petal," said Wemberly. "This is Niblet," said Jewel. Pearl, Petal waved. Niblet waved back. "Hi," said Petal. "Hi," said Niblet. "I rub her ears," said Wemberly. "I rub her nose," said Jewel. Throughout the morning, Wemberly and Jewel sat side by side and played together whenever they could. Petal and Niblet sat side by side too. Wemberly worried, but no more than usual, and sometimes even less. Before Wemberly knew it, it was time to go home. "Come back tomorrow," called Mrs. Peachum as the students walked out the door. Wemberly turned and smiled and waved. "I will," she said. "Don't worry." So, as we read, did you make some connections to what Wemberly was worried about? I know a lot of times I worry about the storms that come. I worry about the trees when the wind gets really, really strong and I look out in the backyard and the trees limbs are kind of bending. I always think, oh, what if they fall down? What if they land on the deck? So I made a connection to Wemberly when she was looking outside at the trees and thinking that they might fall on her house. Remember, good readers make connections to the stories that they read. Now I'd like you to go to your seesaw activity and see if you can make some connections to what Wemberly was worrying about. Bye, Gators. Have a great day.